everyone, I'm Lisa Blackwell, and this is Cooking with Bama-Q. And today we've got Ron Stevens with Fat Drunk and Stupid Barbecue team joining us. And you're going to be cooking up some ribeye steak and some Brussels sprouts and mushrooms and onions. I can't wait to try it. Tell us what you got going here.
Well, first of all, it's good to be back in the Bama-Q kitchen today.
Yes, yes.
We are in for a real treat because today we've got some Hassell Cattle Company ribeyes that we're going to grill. We've also got, when I cook steak, I like to do some onions and mushrooms with my steak. So we're going to show how to saute some of those and in some cast iron. I love cooking in cast iron.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a lot of that today. And then I've also got, for those of you that are on like a keto diet, you can only eat so many green beans and so many pieces of broccoli.
Right.
A lot of folks don't like Brussels sprouts, but I got a Brussels sprout recipe today that you're really going to like because it's got cheese, it's got some Compart bacon in it, and it's got some garlic. So it's kind of a creamy garlic, Compart bacon, Brussels sprout recipe today.
And everything is good with Compart bacon.
Absolutely.
And garlic and,
some heavy cream in there.
Yes.
So I guarantee you're going to like this recipe. I've cooked it several times because I get burned out on the green beans and the broccoli, but
who doesn't?
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started with this, I guess. We'll get these ribeyes seasoned up.
Okay.
And we'll get our bacon cooking, and we'll just get this all knocked out. So you ready to get to cooking?
Let's go.
Awesome.
Let's do it. I can't wait to eat. Okay.
All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to get these ribeyes seasoned up, and this is my go-to right here.
Hardened seasoning.
Hardened seasoning.
Yeah.
If you haven't had the hardened seasoning, you are absolutely missing out. This seasoning has a little bit of everything in it. Everything: garlic, marjoram. It's the go-to.
Little pepper, little salt.
And everybody that I've introduced this to, they love it.
They love it.
So, first thing we're going to do that I like to do with these steaks, I like to get just a little base, some hardened seasoning. Go ahead and get that on there. And the other thing that I like to do is this container right here.
Oh, what's this? That's
so this
secret
is just,
blend?
it's from SPG, salt, pepper, garlic.
Okay.
You know, I buy stuff in bulk sometimes, and so I just kind of mix up my own. I like a little bit more salt, pepper, garlic on mine. This is some coarse ground. So we're just going to go ahead and season these up just a little bit. And we'll flip these over.
Get the other side,
Get the other side of them. Some more hardens.
Yeah.
These are some beautiful ribeyes from Hassell. They do such a great job with their steak. And so we're in for a treat.
Yes.
Today.
Always tastes really good.
So we're going to go ahead and get these all seasoned up. We got them seasoned up with the hardens and salt, pepper, and the garlic. So that's easy peasy right there. Next thing I want to do is we're just going to let these ribeyes just kind of rest for a few minutes.
Okay.
We like to get them up to room temperature before we get them on the grill.
And why is that?
Well, I think they cook more even. You know, if you took a steak that's like right out of the freezer, it's going to take a lot longer for it to cook. Their outside's going to get a lot darker, and then you're also it's going to kind of burn, and the inside's still going to be raw. Basically. So I like to kind of get mine up to room temp. They just seem to cook more even, and they just cook better, and they taste better to me. So that's what we're going to do on that. The other thing we're going to do is go ahead and get our first little piece of cast iron.
Okay.
And we're going to get, can you hand me one of those Gunnar Wilhelm knives over there, Lisa?
Which one do you want?
Just one I can just cut some butter with. I'm going to throw some butter up in here.
Like this then, maybe.
Yep, that looks pretty good.
Okay.
Yep, so we're just going to take about a half a stick of butter. And we're just going to take it, I'm just going to bust it up in a couple of chunks. And we're going to drop it in that cast iron. And we're going to throw in
more SPG.
a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic, SPG. This is what we're going to baste these steaks with at the end. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to...
Steak is so good with butter on it. I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Go.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to step over here to our Hasty Bake. This is the Hasty Bake 380. Hasty Bake is a new sponsor of the show. And as you can tell, all stainless steel construction, quality piece of equipment right here.
Yeah.
I just love cooking on this thing. Nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open it up. And I'm just going to take this and set it in here kind of indirect for right now. And we're going to go ahead and start prepping a few other things.
Okay.
So we're going to let this kind of melt down. That's what we're going to baste our steaks with at the end.
All right. Oh,
so I'm going to go ahead and close this off.
Okay.
Perfect. And we got our steaks. They're sitting here getting all happy. Probably the next thing we need to do is go ahead and get our burner fired off over here and get our cast iron kind of warming up.
Yes.
And we're going to
okay.
go ahead and get this get these Brussels sprouts going.
All right.
Okay, so we've got some of this wonderful Compart Applewood smoked bacon.
Their bacon is so good. Yes.
It is. All of their stuff is just, it's next level. You know, they say that it's best pork on the planet, and I believe them. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get some bacon going in here. And I'm just going to me, it's just easier to flip bacon when it's cut in half, because we're going to chop it all up anyways.
Right, right.
So I'm just going to go ahead and throw some bacon in here.
So do you use the whole pack or just part
I'm just going to use, we're probably going to do all total, probably, I got about 5 strips of bacon here.
Okay.
So we'll go with about 5 strips
Okay.
of bacon, which should be plenty for this recipe. And
it'll really cook up once it gets going in there.
yeah.
Yeah, the Compart pork, Mr. Compart explained their fat marbling is what
exactly.
makes it
It's, you know, it's
so good.
It's a science.
Uh-huh.
What they do
Totally.
with their product, I really, really like it. So we got our bacon going there. So this is going to be the start of our Brussels sprout recipe.
Okay.
So I've got it. We're going to do these onions and mushrooms last, but I've got some Brussels sprouts here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you. I've already got them trimmed up and kind of ready to go.
And cut, some of them cut.
Yeah, so
Okay.
what I did was, you can buy these frozen. They come, I think they're about in 12-ounce packages.
Yeah.
So basically, what I've done here is thawed them out. I trimmed the ends off of them, and then I just kind of split them in half. To me, they
They
kinda
cook a little faster.
Cook a little bit faster.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, the dreaded Brussels sprout.
Oh, I love Brussels sprouts.
I do too. I mean,
I
I've
love
really
them.
got to where I really like them.
But some people don't, and they do have a little bit of a, I don't want to say bitter, but a little bit of a different taste to them. So when you add that bacon
Right.
and you add garlic, anything like that, that kind of helps to I don't know, enhance it, but it just really
Right.
helps with that flavor. If you don't like
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It certainly helps with that. Let's see what our grill's doing.
I
over
hear
here.
your
Let's,
bacon sizzling over here. I don't know if everybody can hear that, but oh,
So we're at about 425 on our Hasty Bake.
okay.
So it's coming on up to temp really nice.
So how long does it take to heat this up? Do you know?
Well,
Depending
we got
on
up
your
to
temperature.
so we got up to about 425 degrees in less than 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
it's
quick.
so you can adjust the fire box on it up and down to, and this also has a heat shield that you can use to kind of adjust your heat, how far off the cooking surface you want it to be.
Okay.
So I'm running it up kind of close to the top right now because I want to do a quick sear on these steaks and
Right.
get them off. And so we're probably going to be, I'm guessing, right around 450 by the time that we're ready to go with this.
That's nice and quick.
It sure is. So I'm going to go ahead and start turning this bacon a little bit. It's not going to take us a really, really long time to get it all done.
And for anyone who's maybe wondering why cast iron really just gives your food a better flavor, right? And the cooking.
I think so, yeah, I do. It's and it's something you can use it on your back porch as well. You know, when you're cooking outside, and I just really like it. It does a good job for me, and I've got several pieces of cast iron that I use.
So basically, you just cook your bacon till it's maybe not completely crispy cooked, or you cook it
I don't
crispy
want it.
first.
I don't want
Right.
it super crispy.
Right.
But I do want it to get done, and so
Okay.
I'm not gonna cook it to where it's falling apart, because I'm gonna chop it up, and it's gonna be in this recipe, so it's gonna cook a little bit longer.
Okay.
By the time we go on this other grill over here, so
That's looking good.
I'm going to get some of this
Browning up
off.
there. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And let's see here what we've got. I'll turn that Oklahoma Joe up just a little bit. Kind of
Okay.
ready it. I'm gonna let this go just
Doing pretty
a little
well.
bit longer. In the meantime,
Take a look at the Hasty Bake. Oh, there's your butter.
butter's melted. I'm just gonna set it off over here out of the way for right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got our little Bama-Q basting brush.
Bama-Q
Be ready to
basting
use that
brush,
whenever
they're
we
great.
get to that point. So we're doing good with that.
Okay.
And
So you're going to cut your bacon up a little bit more?
yeah, we're
then?
going to chop that bacon up a little bit here. We're going to get these Brussels sprouts going here in just a minute. And,
You're going to save that bacon grease then?
I'm going to use a good portion of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually am. We're going to
That
use a
smells
good
good.
portion of it to cook these
The
Brussels sprouts in.
Oh, great
Yep.
flavor. Adds a lot of flavor.
Right. So that's going to be pretty good right there.
Oh, that's looking pretty good.
Yep, yep. We're not going to go much more than that.
Okay.
Set that off here.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll set that bacon off to the side. I don't want to
Don't want too
use
much
all
of
of this on these
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just going to scoop some of this grease off.
So about how much would you say you're going down to there?
We're going to try to get down to maybe about 3 tablespoons,
Okay.
something like that. I'm just going to get off a fair amount of the excess.
Right. Reserve 3 tablespoons of your
Yep.
bacon grease. Okay.
Yep. So that's about what we got in there right now.
All right.
I'm just going to set that back over here, and then we're going to come right in
You sprinkle
with
anything
these
on those?
Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there we
gonna-
go.
Come right in with those.
Yeah.
There we go.
Smells so good. Mmm. Okay.
There we go. So we got that kind of going, and we're just gonna take that, and with that, Lisa, we're gonna put some of this little salt, pepper, garlic,
Some more GSP
and we're gonna use some more of that Hardened Seasoning as well.
right here.
Because
Yep.
Harden's is good on everything, right?
It's good. I actually eat it on plenty of other things besides meat. I have it on cottage cheese.
Oh yeah.
I love it on baked potatoes.
Yep.
There's so many things you can put it on. It's absolutely
Scrambled
delicious. You want it this way, Adam.
I like it on that, and I know folks that like put it on popcorn too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Be good on popcorn.
Yep.
And I love
Absolutely.
this one for fish.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That is
the blue
good, isn't it?
label's good for fish.
Yep.
So how's it going there?
Good.
Yep,
Good.
they're browning already.
Yep, we're
Nice.
Gonna get these going right here. They're gonna get a little bit crispy, kind of around the edges.
Very nice.
Yeah.
They're looking beautiful.
Yep.
So let's see. So when are you going to cut your bacon?
Well, we're gonna
Okay.
take this bacon, and if I can get one of these little cutting boards right down here, we'll
Okay, I'll hang on to that.
take this and we'll go ahead and cut up some of this bacon, and slide this up just a little. There we go.
Okay.
And so our bacon is not going to take too long to cut up. Is there another knife over here? Let me get that
got this
chef's
one?
knife, maybe?
No?
Nope.
No, that's a little big. Maybe that one?
Nope.
Long.
Let's try this one right here in the front. Perfect. Perfect. You want to go ahead and cut this bacon up?
Sure. How
Just kind of
small
a
do you
rough
want?
chop.
Okay.
Kind of a. It doesn't have to be minced or anything.
Oh, just
kind
kind
of a
of
rough chop.
like
We'll throw
this?
it right back in
Or you
that
want
pan.
smaller?
Yeah, just smaller pieces.
Like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Hopefully I won't chop my finger off.
No, you're good.
I already
You are
hurt my
doing
other
good with that.
pinky on the other hand, so I got to be careful.
Oh. I got you. Okay, so we got that. And that Hasty Bake is doing good. It's up to almost 500, so that's going to be really good for getting those steaks on and off really quick.
Put this
There you go.
There.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and add about a tablespoon of garlic to this. We're going to go ahead and we're going to add our bacon back in on top of this.
Okay.
So we've added that delicious Compart bacon back on top. And There we go with that.
How much longer are you going to let that cook then? Or you're not
It's
cooking
going to
it?
sit there
Just
just,
sit?
for a few more minutes, or until I can get. Can you hand me that measuring cup there on the end?
Yeah.
I think we're going to
There you
go with.
go.
We're going to go with about a half a cup of this Parmesan. This is some home style Parmesan, just grated cheese.
Mm-hmm. Grated Parmesan.
Yeah, we're going to go with about a half a cup, half
Okay.
to 3/4.
So your heat is off over here now
Yep,
on this,
just got
right?
the heat off, and it's just
Okay.
kind of doing its
It's
thing.
kind of bubbling.
Yep, and I'm actually just going to give it just a
little bit of a toss there.
little bit of a stir with that bacon in it.
Okay. It looks delicious. Oh my goodness, that looks wonderful.
So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add this Parmesan cheese to the top.
Okay.
We're just going to kind of sprinkle that all the way around. There we go. That looks pretty good. And then I've got some mozzarella cheese to go on the top after that.
Oh, all right.
And so it calls for about a cup of mozzarella. And I'm going to...
You can never have enough cheese.
I know.
either,
So if you go
know?
over, it's not a big deal, you know?
I don't think I've ever heard anyone complain about not, too much cheese on something.
Exactly. So anyways, I'm gonna say that's a generous cup of
Yes.
mozzarella cheese there, right?
A generous cup.
Generous cup of mozzarella. So I'm gonna let that just kind of sit there for a minute. In the meantime, I'm gonna move a few little items around here because we've still got to do these
Still got to do the
mushrooms
steak
and onions
here.
and the steaks.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to kind of move that stuff over out of the way real quick. And while we're doing that, the grill's still it's right about where I want it to do these steaks really hot and fast.
Okay.
And so our Oklahoma Joe pellet grill back here is up to almost 400 degrees.
Okay.
So we're going to use it just like an oven. And I mean, as you can see, this thing's got a ton of space in it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, man, you could cook. I mean, how big a
Look
pizza
at
could
that.
you get on there?
Oh, yeah. Totally.
16-inch pizza.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Plus, it's got some, grates up top and all. But what we're going to do is, this is the beauty of cast iron. You just grab it and just you pick the whole thing up and slide it right inside your grill, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to take that, set that in there, and I'm not going to set it right over the middle of the heat. I'm going to kind of indirect it just a little bit.
Indirect it. Okay.
Yep, over to the side just a little bit.
Get that cheese to melt.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
absolutely. Okay, tell you what, we're going to go ahead and get started on these mushrooms, and I'm wondering, with this pan, that pan is probably not going to fit super good, so we're going to grab this other pan right here. This is a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
A little bit bigger piece of cast iron, right?
Looks like, did you give it a little spray for non-stick or?
Yeah, we got some Pam
Okay.
just sitting right back over here I think we can use.
Okay.
So we're going to put a little bit of Pam in this one.
Before you
It's,
light the fire, right?
Yeah, you don't want to spray that Pam right into the fire. That's a kind of a bad thing. But, yep, we're going to...
Butter's all melted.
Yep.
Okay.
So now I'm going to fire this burner off again. I should have just laid my matches out here on the table and been done with it. That way I didn't have to look for them. Here we go.
So are you going to put the steaks in next, or are you going to start on the
We're going to get these
mushrooms
started.
Okay.
And once these get going, then we're going to grill these steaks. And then everything, I'm planning on everything coming off all at the same time.
Well, your steaks have had a chance to sit here nicely.
They probably
with the,
have sweated a little bit, what I call sweat. So they've kind of taken in a little bit of that seasoning, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they
All right,
won't
there we
take
go.
very long to cook up, so, okay.
All right, so there we go. And I think I am going to leave these matches out.
Might as well.
Okay. Let's see. A couple things that we're going to need here. I'll tell you what. I'm going to put some butter off in this skillet over here and let it kind of get working a little bit.
Okay.
We sprayed it with a little bit of Pam, but I mean,
Right.
we got some extra butter. We'll throw some butter off in there. Okay. And we'll put this over here on this
And
end.
that was about 2 tablespoons butter?
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say about 2 tablespoons
Okay.
I put in there. And we'll move that down to the end. We're
Move
not
the
gonna need that
cream out
anymore.
of the way
Okay.
for now.
So what we've got is we've got some onions.
And you got them already chopped up.
Yeah, this is
Kind of
just
a
one sweet
coarse
onion that
chop.
we've just did kind of what I call a rough chop or a coarse chop on.
Yeah.
So we've got one onion. We've got a couple packages of these little baby Bella mushrooms. I really like these.
Yeah.
I just like the way that the texture of them with a steak. They really do a nice job. So we've got that. We've got some of that Dale's low sodium. Let's get some
Okay.
of that.
All right.
So this, I like using this because it's thicker. It's not like a regular marinade. It's thicker and it's great in what we're going to do today with these sauteed onions and mushrooms. Okay.
Okay.
And then of course we got a little salt, pepper, garlic, and we've got some more of our hardened seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and get some of that.
Always
And we're going to
good.
roll this right off here in the
with
cast iron and
hardens.
be done with that.
GSP. Just put that there for
There we
right
go.
now. Okay.
So we got all of our goodies right here. We're going to start off with these onions,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just going to throw them right here in the skillet. Let them get rocking. And we're going to use some of this garlic. And
So you're going to use some minced garlic
yeah,
in
I've got
this.
some minced garlic. I'm kind of cheating a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
you know.
but hey, you know what? It makes it easier.
I'm all
Who
about
doesn't?
whatever's easiest.
Right.
You
So
know.
about how much do you think you're going to use?
I'm going
of
to
that?
use about a tablespoon full of
Okay.
this, but I'm going to put that in here in just a few minutes.
Okay. Get
So we're
those-
going to get
cook
these
those
onions kind of
down.
going
Mm-hmm.
and let them get working.
You just cook them till they start to get a little pale, a little brown, and
Yep.
then put your mushrooms in.
Yeah, they're going to get going to kind of get clear or
Yeah.
translucent
Translucent.
is the word of the day, I guess. But I'm going to let them kind of get a little sweat on, and then I'm going to add a little bit of seasoning to them. We'll put our mushrooms and our garlic in, and we'll hit them with a little bit of this right here.
That's
And
steak sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, steak seasoning.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
and this, so it's the low sodium, so it's not
Not
quite
as salty.
Quite as salty.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, but it's good stuff. I mean, this is just really an easy, mushroom and onion type recipe. And if you're doing, keto right now, I mean, pretty much everything we've done today is keto. I mean,
Right.
there's no potatoes, there's no bread in any of this, so, it's
Low carb
it's
in
going to be
this.
low carb
Yeah.
today. So that's, so that's really good.
Okay.
So got these onions kind
Good
of working.
for the keto folks. Yeah.
Yep. So onions are working. We're going to go ahead and add about a tablespoon of this garlic.
Okay.
So just take that, kind of sprinkle that in there. Really nice.
Mm-hmm. Stir that around a little bit.
Yep. So we got that going. We're going to add a little bit of this salt, pepper, garlic to it. We're probably going to add a little bit more to it when we hit with these mushrooms too. Mushrooms will
course.
soak up a lot of,
Harden.
what's in here.
Yeah.
They're going to soak up a lot of it. So we're going to just kind of hit all of that together. Man, that smells good, doesn't it?
It smells great.
I love
My
it.
stomach's going crazy because I'm hungry.
I am too.
Yeah.
This is really going to be good. We're definitely in for a treat today. We're going to go ahead and add these baby Bella mushrooms. I mean, look at those. They're just really, really nice.
Oh yeah.
So 1 onion to 2 packs of mushrooms is kind of the ratio I go.
Okay.
So we're just going to kind of put these in. Just kind of sprinkle them around, and if you've got a few pieces that are maybe a little bit bigger than you like, not
They'll
a
cook
problem.
down.
You can
Yeah.
take your trusty tongs if you're like me and you're outside on the porch and kind of bust them into some smaller pieces, or you may like them in bigger chunks like that. It's
They
totally
cook
up to
down
you.
a lot.
They will.
Yeah.
These mushrooms are going to soak up all this good flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And so finally we're going to put in, I'm going to probably say about 3/4 of a cup of this seasoning right here, this Dale's low sodium.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to you can kind of see how thick it is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is thick.
So
So it's about 3/4 cup.
about 3/4 of a cup, I think, is about what I used right there. And then we're just going to kind of take this and kind of mix it all up. Just kind of like that.
That looks delicious. Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Mmm.
And these mushrooms will not take a whole lot of time to
That smells so
cook
good.
down.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, you had a couple jump out of there. Oh. Okay.
That's the good thing about cooking outside is,
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't really matter if they kind of jump out on you. You know, if you're like me and you got dogs or whatever running around in the backyard, they'll
do
come
the
by and-
cleanup, right?
they'll come
the
by and
cleanup
pick it up.
crew.
Absolutely. So you can kind of see, you know, that Dale seasoning, it kind of makes almost like a gravy
Oh yeah.
to me. It's
Looks great.
it's really pretty nice.
And
So that is working right along. And let's take a look back here at our
at your Brussels sprouts.
yes.
Oh,
They're
look
coming
at
right
that.
along. Look at there.
Bubbly a little
Yep,
bit,
yep.
and melting. Cheese is melting.
Yes, yes.
Mm-mm.
So that looks to be pretty good. And our Hasty Bake is sitting right around 500 degrees.
Okay.
So I think what we can do is we'll just have to keep an eye on these and let them kind of finish.
Mm-hmm. Just let them cook up.
Yep. Let them
Okay.
finish up. We'll put this over here. So yeah, so our steaks have kind of sweated a little bit, and you can kind
Yes,
of see
I
how
can
the
see
seasoning
that. Mhm.
is kind of got in them. So these are going to cook pretty quick.
Okay.
So what we're going to do
And
is
what do you think you're going to cook them to? Like a medium?
we're probably going to get them off. They're going to be medium rare. We're probably going to try to pull them off about 128 and let them rest.
Okay.
And then they'll be ready to eat.
All right.
Okay? So let's go ahead and step on back here. And so we're sitting on almost 500 degrees on these on the cooking surface here. We're using our grill grates, so those are really nice. And we're going to put a little bit of Pam on here,
Okay.
just to try to
Staying out of the way here.
just to stay out of the way. I'm gonna take off my hat because I want to.
Oops. Oh, okay.
Sorry about that, but that needed to happen that way.
Right. We don't want to spray the lens.
No, we
Okay.
do not. I don't want to get fussed on. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to lay this steak just like this.
Okay.
Give it a little pat,
Yeah.
and then
nice
we're going
marks
to take
on that.
this one.
Yep.
Going to come right in there just like that, and we are going to close that lid. And
Set that aside.
yeah, and Lisa, we're going to probably need another aluminum pan to put these
Okay.
steaks
One
in.
from over there. I can.
Yeah, there may be one right over there that we can use. In
Okay.
the meantime, I'm going to kind of time these steaks and make sure that they get off of here just at about the right time. When you're cooking on something as hot as this, you kind of want to watch your temperature and make sure that your temp is good.
A little bit of
That looks good.
that in there.
Okay.
And get that out.
I'll just I'll get that right there off of that. We'll be good to go. There we go.
There we go.
Very nice.
That's sticky stuff.
Yeah. So we got that. And the steak has been on about 30 seconds. I'm probably going to go, based on the thickness of these steaks, somewhere right around maybe a minute and a half per
Per side.
well, before we rotate. So we'll do 3 minutes per side
Okay.
on this steak, based on kind of what we've got. And I'm just kind of guessing
Got
at
your little
that.
timer here. Yep.
Yeah, we may go about a minute 15. I want to get them off to some indirect heat. I don't want them to go over.
Right.
They're more apt to go over if they're sitting directly over this
They're
charcoal.
right on
so
it.
if I can get them, kind of over on the side. So what we're going to do is we're coming up on about a minute 10.
Mm-hmm.
So a minute 15, we're going to go ahead and just take these, and we're going to do a little bit of a rotation on them.
Mm-hmm. Get the
I'm
other
going to see if I can.
cross mark.
Yeah, I'm going to see
Yep.
if I can get this one, kind of get them repositioned. We get a really nice picture of that right there. There we go. Do that one just like that. Okay.
Okay.
And then we're going to go and we'll do that same thing again.
All right. About
So-
another minute 10 or so.
Yeah, about
Okay.
that. And these guys over here are still doing really well.
Cooking down.
Yep, I'm gonna put this over here out of our way for the moment.
Now look at that sauce. Like you said, beautiful brown,
And it's just,
gravy looking.
it's just so easy to do these. And I cook them quite a bit at the house. Everybody really likes them. I've had friends call me and say, how do you do those? And I mean, it's 4 or 5
smells
ingredients
wonderful.
and you're all done, right?
Yeah.
So let's get this put back over here.
Okay.
And
Oh,
there
there
we
it
go,
is.
right here.
Yep.
Because
Okay.
we are almost to the end, Lisa. We'll be ready to plate all of this up here in
Almost
just a minute.
we get to eat.
I
Yes.
know.
We gotta let the photographer take pictures
Can't
first,
wait,
though.
right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're gonna put that there. We're probably gonna move this cutting board out of the way. We'll move this back when we get ready.
Okay.
Let's see how we're looking. We're coming up on time to do our
Yep.
flip again. So let's get back over here and kind of see what we got. Okay. There we go. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Nice,
Beautiful.
So we got our Grill Grates spatula right here. So we'll hit a lap again, and while that's we've just changed sides. So I'm gonna do just a real quick
Quick temperature check.
temp and see where we're at.
What you at?
I'm just about ready to come off with these actually.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, you said 125.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I'm gonna be.
See, I was paying attention.
Yep. Not gonna be much longer on that, Lisa.
All
I'm
right.
gonna say probably here in just another 25, 30 seconds, we're gonna get those off. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this.
Hence the term hasty bake.
Yes. Does a nice job though. Really nice job.
Yeah, so the advantage of the hasty bake is that you can cook things a little bit faster on it. Heats up faster.
Yeah, you can, I mean, you can cook a steak super fast in these. You wanna grab me that pan?
Yeah.
And we will go ahead and get these on. Get those right there. We're gonna baste those with some butter
Okay.
right here at the end. So let me, before you run off with those, let me, we're gonna baste with just a little bit of that garlic butter
All
right
right.
here at the end. There we go. Okay, we're just gonna set those off to the side and let those rest for a minute.
Okay.
And we are with those set, and we need to get, let's see, we're gonna clear this out of the way.
Okay, we don't need that anymore for now.
No, we're not
All
gonna
right.
do any more slicing and dicing today.
Just
Which
put
we
it
didn't
down
really
there.
have to do a whole lot for this recipe.
No,
did we?
not really. A
Made it
lot of
kinda
things
nice.
were prepped and ready to go.
Yeah, kind
Yeah?
of like that. Okay, so let me get a another towel here.
How much longer do the mushrooms need to go, you
Well,
think?
I just turned them off. I just
Okay.
kind of looked at them, and they've kind of cooked down, so they're looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this right up here. And Lisa, there should be a spoon down here underneath the table.
Yes, here's one. There we go.
And so we've got
There's a
that,
spoon.
and there should be a plate down
Teaspoon.
there as well. Ready to
Yes.
plate all of this up?
The larger plate or smaller plate?
Let's use that one.
Okay.
That looks pretty good.
There we go.
Okay. So we got our couple of things right there.
Look at
Meantime-
that. Oh, it's looking so good. Wow.
And I'm going to move a couple of things over here out of the way. And we're not going to need that. And let's see here. Tell you what I want to do. I want to move this over just a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm going to move this
Cutting board back
actually
a little.
back just a little
Okay.
bit, yeah. And what I want to do is I want to use one of your fancy forks. How about that?
How about that?
Yes.
It's coming in handy.
Yes, it is. And I want to see if we can just come in and just kind of cut this steak.
Oh, that's cutting nicely. Look at that.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
These Gunnar Wilhelm knives are really nice. So, yep, we're still
Oh, look at that.
kind of pink in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just take that and just kind of cut that a little bit like that. Let's see here. That looks pretty nice, Lisa.
That does look nice.
Yeah.
Can't wait to try.
I know it. Well, let's go ahead and plate some of this up.
Okay.
Because we have got some of this
Delicious looking.
delicious casserole right here. If I can get it plated up
Brussel
nice and neat.
sprouts.
Some Brussel sprouts and some
Cheesy,
bacon.
Creamy.
Yes.
Garlicky.
Yep. That cheese is extra stringy too. Just the way I kind of like it, you know.
Mm-hmm. It looks great.
So we're going to get some of that on there. And
Do you need another
then,
spoon for, can you use this one for your mushrooms? Or,
I tell you what we're going to do.
oh, you got that.
I'm going to take this steak right here.
Okay.
And we are just going to kind of lay this steak like that right there. Right next to that. And there that is. And then we're going to come right over this
Okay.
right here with some of those delicious mushrooms and
Right on
onions
top?
right on top of that steak, which is how I like mine.
Looks
Put just
so good.
Just a little bit more right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, Miss Lisa, that is going to do us right there. So there we go. We've got our Hassell Cattle Company ribeye with some mushrooms and some onions.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got our Brussels sprouts with some Compart bacon on them.
Yes, and we just want to dig in. Okay, well, we hope that you enjoyed our recipe today. I can tell you it smells absolutely wonderful. And thanks so much, Ron, for cooking this up.
I'm ready to dig in. You got a
Yeah.
fork over there?
We'll see you next time on Cooking with
Absolutely.
Bama-Q.
All right.